Hey, yo, what is good, everybody? It is the big homie, the Bully King, Grandpappy Play, aka Play on Consoles, back with another stream here on both Twitch and YouTube. My apologies for being late. But I do want to thank everyone who goes and joins me this evening. Also, big shout outs and thanks and appreciation to the folks checking out the VODs over on YouTube. Much appreciated there. And as always, if you enjoy what you see, would appreciate, keyword, appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, we started a little late. Had some old co-workers call me up, drag me out, took me out to dinner. It was a great time. Had a few drinks, had some wings. Maybe I'll put the picture up on Instagram. But we here now, jumping back into some more Breath of Fire 3. On another note, PS2 power supply board came in finally. Obviously, I didn't have time to put it in, but hopefully later this week I will have it in. We'll get back to Final Fantasy 12. But in the meantime, Breath of Fire 3, we're trying to get through the seawaters. We're going to see how that works. Anyway, let me swap on over, get some gameplay in tonight, hopefully. Make sure nothing is broken. Check all the monitors. Alright, looks like we're good. And as always, when I have old JRPGs up, I do have a guide. So hopefully we can get some progress here tonight. Don't need the controller plugged in. It's been charging all day. It's fine. So when we last left off, we did a little mini game. We redid it a few times to get the Shaman's Ring. Probably won't use it anytime soon, but it's good to have. Get where you need to go. Okay. There are 3 chests in the area, so we'll probably have to do it over and over and over again. Alright, let's give this a try. Alright. In order to do this, I had to do it there. Has to be the question mark. We got 1 treasure chest. Alright. Okay. We got 1. Oh, that overheats real fast, don't it? No, don't. Damn. That doesn't give much time at all. I know there's another treasure chest that way. Oh, that was where that was. Nope. All right. We're gonna do this because I don't know if this is a one-time thing. Well, that ain't gonna work doing it like that. All right. Yo, Mel, what's good? How you doing? How you feeling? How's it going? Thank you so much for stopping on by. Congratulations on your first. Let me get you a shout out. Hopefully you're having a nice day. I was actually afraid I'd miss folks being late to stream. So I appreciate you coming through. It's going. I got home, was getting ready to do some stuff, and got a call from some old coworkers, so I ended up being at the bar until not even 15 minutes ago, I want to say. They treated me to dinner and drinks. So it was a good time catching up with some folks I ain't seen in a minute. Oh, dude, I am so horrible at this. So yeah, I'm doing good. Bad news, I didn't get to work on my PS2. Finally got the board that Amazon was supposed to deliver yesterday. But hopefully later this week I'll get to work on the PS2 and get it up and running. That's the hope. How are you doing, Mel? Hold on, I will check your message in just a moment. Dude, excuse me. Man, what the okay, no, this sucked. But yeah, you know. Today was a normal day until after that. You're not the only one the cop nabbed that week. They were probably sitting in a spot. Cops do that. Running up and down the... Well, y'all need to stop grouping up together and not doing your inspections. Dude, come on, go the way I want you to go, stupid. Oh my God. Inspection fines are poor people. I'm sorry. Look, like I said, my old mechanic, he used to live out in that way. He used to tell me about all the shit that they would do. I feel for you. Like I said, for me, it's emissions. I know I have an issue with mine, but I have a way around it. But like I said, as soon as I get the notice, I go right away. Especially since mine's in the middle of winter. I ain't trying to be out there multiple times. No, don't do that. Why are you going backwards, fool? Why? Why? No! Oh my God. You don't get a notice about... Are you sure? Really? That seems weird. Like emissions, they give you a notice. Like I said, I get my emissions notice 2 months before it's due, or my registration notice, and they'll tell you you need to do emissions. So not getting a notice for inspection, especially when it's mandatory, that seems weird. Are inspections like yearly or bi-yearly, or because like where I'm at, emissions are once every, okay, when you buy a vehicle, you got to get emissions done right away. After that, it's every other year depending on the year of your vehicle, even in odds and shit like that. Yearly? So yeah, no, I'd be prepared. I'd know what month my shit needs. Like I know my emissions are due January, or that's when my registration's due. And every other year, I gotta have emissions. So I'd be ready for that when that notice comes in. No notice about what? Oh no, that's weird. Like even when I lived in California, they sent you a notice like, "Hey, you need to pay this money to get your shit registered." Yeah, no, that's odd to me. I'm not saying that that it's not true because I don't live in that state, but the only date is on the registry. No, see, that just seems wrong. I get a notification every year, beginning of December, that my registration is due before January 31st. I mean, unless you accidentally signed up for paperless or something. I know where I live at, they do have a paperless thing. I don't want paperless. I want that actual notification to remind my ass. I can forget to check an email, but that's weird, Mel. That is very weird to me. Again, I don't blame you for, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just, it sounds very, very fucking weird to me. Like, I get a notification when my license is about to expire. No, don't screw up. Oh my God, I was right there. You're doing fish and chips? I had wings and fries. And they were good. What was it? Mango habanero, garlic parmesan, and Nashville hot. Mmm. Mel, I'm never moving to your state. I've actually forgotten about my like the license one. They don't give me a month. I think it's like 2 weeks before it's due. They'll send a notification, which is messed up because my license is on everyone's license is on their birthday, unless they don't do it on your birthday. What's the fun part, Mel? Don't tell me it's not on your birthday. That's another one of those. I've lived in several states. It's always been on my birthday. All right, let's go. All right, this time we made it. There we go. State literature. Okay, yeah, no. That's anywhere it snows. Anywhere it snows, they always trash. I mean, when I lived in Chicago, them was some of the worst roads in the world. and they don't pay. You get bad suspensions and all. Yeah, no, they don't pay for none of that. But like I said, when my buddy told me about safety inspections, I thought that was some of the weirdest shit in the world. But that state to state, like one state I know, you go to do emissions, they still do old school emissions where you got to sit up on the little running thing with the tires running. They put the hose up to the back end on the tailpipe. Other places they hook the little computer up to your ODB. They scan it, and if it passes, it's done. They don't even run your vehicle. It's weird. But yeah, anywhere that it snows and they have to plow, the roads are shit every goddamn year. I remember they said when I lived in Chicago, the state flower of Chicago was the orange cones because it was construction every fucking year. We is only Oh, they have a safety inspection in Louisiana as well? Dude, we didn't. Whether it was like California, Illinois, they would put you on the little the running thing. Other places, like I said, they hook up to the ODB sensor. Well, they didn't have that when I lived in California. I think they do that now. But no, there was no safety inspection. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. They're gonna switch my party out. Well, I hope you've got. Well, if you get busted for not having the inspection, I mean, obviously you got to go and get the inspection. Do they erase that ticket, or do they still make you pay it? Because I know with like the registration in some states, if they get you without the registration, you go and register, you got to pay the late fee, but then that erases the ticket. Cars to be good working order. Yeah, that's again, that's every snow state, Mel. That one, that one, that again, the roads in Chicago, especially the suburbs of Chicago. Oh God, let me tell you. No, they don't fix them, or no, they don't fix them. They patch them, and they're good for like 2 months, and then the potholes are back. I know. Trust me, I know. They don't even patch, depending on where you're at. Well, I lived, like I said, in Chicago. They would patch them. Suburbs is a little iffier. I mean, hell, next time Nid Face is in chat, like in VB stream, ask Nid. Nid will tell you. Yo! We ain't got Nid, but we got Mid. What's good? How you doing? How you feeling? How's it going, homie? We're talking about how bad the roads suck in places where it snows. And I know you don't stream, but we're going to shout you out anyway. In Kansas City, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm glad I only drove through Kansas City during the summer. Fuck that. But it tracks. Like I said, everywhere that it snows, the roads are shitty. The roads are gonna be shitty. And I can't really blame them because if you know how snow and ice and all that shit works, and then plows, the roads are gonna be shit. You cannot permanently fix roads where it snows. You just can't. You pave a brand new road, within a winter or two, it's pothole city. That's just what Mother Nature does to fucking roads. Cuckoos. What? It's similar in the Midwest. They actually do run over it with a one of those it's the construction equipment that's got the big steel wheels. They'll run over it with that when they go and patch it. But basically, yeah, they're throwing in heated up old asphalt into a pothole and they flatten it with that. And they don't even flatten it all the way because you can still feel the bumps. And then you get enough bumps or enough semis run over it, or if it makes it to the winter and the plow comes, it plows it up in one chunk. No steamroll, okay. They let your cars do the compact. I mean, again, anywhere where it snows, the roads are going to be shitty. A castaway. Impossible. You're gonna tell me to go take that big black ghost ship, ain't you? I got a phone ringing. Everyone hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Yes, Mid, I do still have a landline, but it's been part of my internet for 20 years. Anyway, robocall. Yeah, blah. Where do all the machines come from? If you got here, then there must be a way for us to get there. I love how they just assume. I know how we're gonna get there. We gotta go and take over the big black military-esque ghost ship. I already know. I ain't even played this game to this point, and I already know. Maybe there is a way. Must find a certain ship. See. And now they're going to show it. Again. The black ship. Why's it got to be black, man? Why it got to be like that? Mm-hmm. Large ocean-going transport. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a warship because those are cannons. It's only got one set of cannons? Why did it say Momo said that? That should be the... Okay, whatever. Oh, they had us find it all right away? Oh, hold on. No, you do not fire at a warship. Mm-hmm, that's what you get. Stupid. It's like Somali pirates firing at U.S. Navy aircraft carriers. You fired your cannon, girl. Of course it's your fault. Hold on. I just does what the captain says, eh? Stupid. All right, now we can. Now we can. Down the. Oh my gosh. This is what sucks with an isometric view. There we go. Now's not the time for that. You guys suck. That dummy. That dummy. You big dummy. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, Mom, we'll solve this. Bitch, you're the one that shot at it. No. This is so stupid that the game is gonna make it work. The script writer's gonna make it. You do not ram a big ass ship with your little rinkety clinkety ass clanker ship. Mm-hmm. Might as well just destroy this ship so we don't have two ships that we can use. Because that makes the most sense. (1997) script writers, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. I'd almost prefer your name not be Zig, but we need this to happen. Okay. It's a mini game. Move your boat. It's not going to go in one direction. I'm going to have to chase it. There we go. I hope. All right. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. Fuck. All right. And I haven't saved. Well, it looks like I'm missing out on some stuff. I'm not doing all that again. Hmm. Oh, geez. I need to... Okay, hold on. We got to reset. I was just reading ahead and... There were some stuffs I needed to do. There's some stuffs I need to do before we jump on the black ship. I am not VV mid. Of course I can read. Why are you going to confuse me with the midget gremlin? Can you read? Alright, this... She ain't here to defend herself. Look, it ain't like I'm talking behind her back. I say the same thing in her chat. Don't even act like I'm talking behind her back. Nah. I talk bad about anyone to their face or behind their back. More preferably to their face. First and foremost. Besides, Vivi couldn't be here right now. It's past her bedtime. I've seen her when she comes to my chat when I stream. She's usually half out cold. Look down the chat. No, she's not in my chat today. Only time she comes to my chat, because look, I'm not who she would normally watch. Okay, Vivi is part of the loudest funny crowd. She's not gonna watch me. And that ain't even a diss on her. Calling her short and can't read, yeah, that is a diss. I'll say that all day long. Excuse me. No, I didn't mean overheat. You're a battered fish. Look, the wings I had were scrumptious, okay, Mel? I can get beer battered fish every Friday in the Midwest. Midwest is known for Friday fish fries. I'm good. Yeah, I didn't do shit during this run. Oh, I can almost make that. Actually, I can make that. Okay. So yeah, beer batter fish. If you don't have it a whole lot, then yeah, it's tasty. But if you can have it every week, it's not as special. We'll say it like that. Oh my goodness! I was right there! They don't have that out? Yeah, no. It's a regional thing. I think it's everywhere that's connected to the Great Lakes. So it's like, obviously Chicago, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. What else is connected to the Great? New York. They should have that in upstate New York. Can barely get catfish nuggets. Catfish is a river fish. Fish fry is usually where there's lakes, freshwater fish. Now, granted, in Chicago, you can still get catfish, but catfish is more of a river fish. Fish fries are usually lake freshwater fish. Pennsylvania's connected. Okay, well, you're probably not in the part of Pennsylvania. Look, I wasn't trying to say what state you were in, but you're probably not in the part of the state that's connected to the Great Lakes. I don't even know the name of that river. And if it is a river, is it a big river? Because if it's not a big river, you're probably not getting catfish. That, I think catfish is a warm river fish. I think. I'm not totally sure. Oh my gosh. goodness, I'm just fucking all of this up. Why did you stop there? You weren't supposed to stop there. God damn it. But yeah, for fish fries, I believe it is usually the areas that are connected to the Great Lakes. I want to say that's how it is. I could be wrong. I mean, like I said, I lived in Chicago. That sits right on Lake Michigan. One of the major rivers in the country? I don't know about that. The four biggest rivers are usually they're called the subcontinental divide. I know there's one in the Rockies. Actually, no, I think there's two in the Rockies. There's one that runs north of Chicago. Obviously, the Mississippi is part of that system. And there's, I think, two that start up in Canada and run through the U.S. Those are the biggest rivers in North America. The biggest river systems in North America. So the one you're talking about, Monongalia, too much acid mine drainage. Look, I've never heard of that one either. Like I said, there's if you look up subcontinental divide, that'll name like the four biggest river systems. Now, okay. Let me backtrack. The rivers you named might be part of a bigger river system. That may be the thing. Because, like, I think the Ohio River, as big as a river it is, it's actually part of the Mississippi river system, which starts all the way up in fucking Canada and runs straight down the middle of the United States. That's the biggest river system in North America. No, look, Mid, I was at the bar earlier. I got fed some drinks. I'm going off of memory, but I'm not far off from facts. Susquehanna is over 400 miles. It's not one of the... That's what I was saying. There are four major river systems in North America. The rivers you guys are mentioning are probably part of one of those four. The four major river systems drain into the Arctic Ocean, the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Hudson Bay. No, the Hudson Bay goes to the Atlantic. The Gulf of Mexico, that's what it is. It's I know it's Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, and then they either count the Hudson Bay or the Gulf of Mexico. Those are where the four major river systems drain to. This is from geography. Granted, I took geography 30, 40 years ago. But I remember that much. And I remember it because when I moved to Chicago 20-something years ago, they actually have markers for the subcontinental divide. Where the Chicago is, you actually have two river systems. One drains to the Atlantic, the other one drains to the Gulf of Mexico. And they're really close to each other. And like I said, the other river systems will drains in bay. Which bay? Which bay, Mel? Because whatever bay you're naming, it drains to one of those four locations. Like everything that drains to the Great Lakes actually goes to the Atlantic Ocean. Chesapeake, that's Atlantic. You're part of the system that goes to the Atlantic Ocean. You're part of one of the major ones. Yeah, yeah, Atlantic Ocean. As soon as you said Chesapeake, I'm like, okay, that's, yeah. I believe that is part of the no, the Ohio River I said goes to the Mississippi River system. What the fuck is the big one that goes to the Atlantic? There's a name for the big river system that goes to the Atlantic. Or actually, it might be several names. No. Because I know... Fuck. I'd have to look it up. Mississippi goes to the Gulf of Mexico. Mid. Like, you guys are sitting in front of a computer. Google it. Subcontinental divide. You think I'm lying to you? You think I'm telling you fibs? Why did my controller just turn off? Alright, Mel. Sorry. Why are you going backwards? Don't go backwards, stupid. Alright. Welcome back, Mel. Go for mid. Stop all that bullshit. I know what it's called. It's called Gulf of Mexico. I don't care what anyone's naming, whatever, blah. That's like calling Twitter X. I'm calling it Twitter. I don't give a fuck. What are they gonna do? Ban me off of Twitch and YouTube? Fuck them. Anyway, again, y'all can question me. I might get some bits of it wrong, but I know what I'm talking about, and you don't even believe me. This is the it. Look, it's 2026. Google the information. Don't be like these people that just, oh, someone told me this and I'm not believing. No, go look it up. You can look it up. Don't look at the AI answer. You can look at a map. Subcontinental divide. I gave you the search term. Gulf of America. Mid, get the fuck out of here. I said river system, Mel. River system. Yes, it is. It is his own river. There are thousands of rivers in the United States. They are part of one of 4 major river systems. Mid, shut up. Look. I'm gonna screenshot you and then send it to Vivi, and then you can deal with her on Saturday and Sunday. It's too late for me to be dealing with some monkey ball bullshit. You know what? I ain't even gonna wait to send you to Mel, will you please take care of Mid? Mid is acting like hype scotch. Would you please take care of Mid? Next thing you know, he's gonna be asking me to play Kid Rock or some shit. Can you please take care of Mid? Okay, Mel. The term to look up is subcontinental divide. I'll spell it in chat. I will spell it in chat. Fuck, can I even spell it later tonight? Oh God, I will time you out, motherfucker. Why are y'all like this? This is not Vivi's chat. Why are you guys like this? Here's the term. Boom. In fact, here, because I can post links in chat, damn it. Now let me get back to gaming. It's almost time for me to, well, I don't have to cook dinner, but I do need to go to sleep. Okay, we're gonna go through all this, and then I can save before doing the black ship. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. I gave you the, okay. No, you got me. What the fuck? I used the wrong term. There. Continental divides. I said the Great Divides because that is local to me. Wouldn't be your first. Oh my gosh. Mid, please don't be a Gen Zoomer, a Zoomer Gen coming into chats asking for a ban. I don't want to be. I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But Mel, thank you for correcting me. That's the correct term. The subcontinental divide is a thing. The Great Divide, the continental divide. Dude, no, Mel, you already started that shit. I will time you out. Maybe I should time you out so that way you can go read the Wikipedia article. Y'all ain't doing that shit here. No, we too old for that up in here. This a grown folks chat. This a grown folks chat, Mel. You old enough to know better. Y'all both old enough to know better. It does, Mel. God damn it, Mel. Do not be like these kids. Do not be like these kids, Mel. You just search the page. They didn't name it by name because there's thousands of rivers in the Americas. Okay, you know what, Mel? Here's what we're gonna do. Mid hush. Yeah, you better run to bed, because here's the question. Put that in Google. Put that question in Google. Put that question in Google. I know what the hell I was talking about, damn it. Let me get back to my gaming. I wanted to start with, Mel. Go to bed. You got to go to work in the morning. Just because your little itty bitty river wasn't mentioned by name doesn't mean it wasn't part of a system. Yes, I got to go to bed, but guess what? I'm used to 4 hours of sleep. Mel, if it ain't mentioned by name, it's itty bitty. Prove me wrong. I am not going to brag about any test results. I almost failed high school. Get out of here. I'm the dumbest one in my family. Think about that for a moment. Both my mom and sister hold multiple college degrees. I hold none. I'm the dumbest one in my family. I ain't got shit to brag about. I ain't got nothing. Ain't getting shit to say about that. Now, do y'all? Under 500 miles is not considered. No. I don't know what part of what I sent you you're reading, but no. You probably dipped into the Google AI stuff. You do not need to be 500 miles to be a river. No. I remember that much from geography, excuse me. Not geometry. I hated geometry. Geography. You do not need to have a 500-mile water source to be a river. No. You can Google the definition of river. It does not need to be 500 miles. Yes, I know we all hate... Look, Mel, we all hate AI, but it's built into everything online now. What I sent you had AI under it, but again, I fact-checked everything. That's how I knew that your river is part of a river system. I had geography in the 80s and 90s when we didn't even have internet. I had to look this shit up in a book. I had to look this shit up in... Do they even have encyclopedias these days? Do encyclopedias still exist in 2026? I want to say at least 70% of my learning, 90% if we just count in school, was from actual books. Actual paper books. I've learned a few things since the internet's come around. Yes, I ain't going to deny that. And a majority of that was before AI. I trust almost nothing online now. I get a search result, I look for a source. But in school, elementary school, junior high school, dude, Britannica America, was that what it's called? Britannica. I know Britannica was part of the name. That was the encyclopedia set that all the schools had. That's where a majority of my knowledge from back then comes from. Now, granted, my knowledge may, like, especially geography, you ask me the countries in Africa, that shit's changed at least 12 times in the past 20 years. Eastern European geography, that shit's changed. Czechoslovakia is no longer a country. It's 2 countries or some shit. You do. Mel, if you... Here's a piece of advice for all the boys and girls out there and all those in between and above. If you're going to argue a point online, please have relative study history in the subject. Your interests involve music. Okay, Mel, you will probably outshine me on music. Then again, I can phone a friend. I can use the lifeline to phone somebody. My mom and sister probably, oh well, they do know more about music than I do. One was in the church choir when I was a kid. The other one had her own little private band when she was in college. Again, I'm the stupidest member of my family. Croatia and Slovakia. Okay, Slovakia was part of Czechoslovakia. The Czech Republic, it may be called something different now. I couldn't tell you. I have not kept up on my geography since 1999, maybe early 2000s. I can tell you that Ukraine used to be part of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. That's what USSR stand for. That was the old Russia. When Russia broke apart, I stopped looking at geography. So, damn it, Mel! Don't use my own goddamn set of words against me. I didn't have internet. Hell, when I was learning, when I was in school, nobody had internet except for the government. When I was a kid, I actually had to learn in school, not like the youngsters of today. You know, this is where I get to pick on millennials, because millennials will always say that. I'm like, millennials are the younger brothers and sisters of Gen Xers. We get to pick on you. We get to say you don't know as much as us, because you learned from us and you learned what we taught you. Any millennial to a Gen Xer is a young millennial. Tell me I'm wrong all you want. It's the truth. Yes, Mid, I done learned good. Yes, I am. Yes, my generation is to blame, because you know what you know what Generation X is known for? We don't give a fuck. We haven't given a fuck since the 1980s. Taught you wrong on purpose as a joke? Yeah, we were fucked up. Like, look, my generation was Beavis and Butthead. Of course we did shit on purpose that was fucked up, because we could get away with it. Baby boomers is my mom's generation, Mid. Let's get that straight. This ain't no internet slang no more. We're going with actual generations. I'm Gen X, not a baby boomer. My parents were baby boomers. You know, my generation was around for the invention of the internet. My mama's generation was around for the invention of the computer. My mama's generation was around for color TV. I always had color TV. Y'all damn near always had it. Oh no, okay. Millennials didn't always have internet. They came around when you guys started becoming like teenagers. Gen 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 Z, millennials or Gen Y, Gen Z, they always had the internet. Okay. I got to see the Atari 2600. My mama got to see the Magnavox Odyssey. Y'all got to see the Nintendo Entertainment Center or system. Your parents, okay, the parents of millennials are the parents of Gen Xers. Remember that. That's the baby boomers. The baby boomers saw and thought they fucked up with Gen X, and so the millennials got the participation trophies. My generation, unfortunately, is responsible for Gen Alpha and the older millennials. Gen X and older Gen Y are responsible for Gen Alpha. Think about it like this. My generation is ultimately responsible for Skibbity Toilet. Millennials, y'all are responsible for 6 fucking 7. That's how it breaks down. Your parents were Gen X? Hold up, Mel. I thought you were older than that. If you're a millennial, your parents shouldn't be Gen X unless they had you when they were like 15. I was not the guy in the toilet. We shitted that out, technically, literally, figuratively, however you want to put it. Under 20. Okay. So, okay. You are a rare millennial. Because usually a generation is 20 years. If your parents had you when they were 15, then yes, Gen X gave birth to Gen Y. But usually Gen X is known for giving birth to Gen Z. That's how that works. All right, I gotta talk to all these people again. Because technically, my mom had me when she was 19. She turned 20 shortly after. My mom is 1 week less than 20 years older than me. So technically, my mom had me under the age of 20. The second year millennial. Okay, yeah. Whoops. I was supposed to talk to these other guys first. Hey, wait, dude's not up here no more. Of course, Mid would talk about moms. Mid has mommy issues. I can recommend you several VTubers, Mid. I can recommend you all the mommies that you could, because what you would consider moms, Mid, is like younger sisters and nieces to me right now. I already told Kit that Mid was interested in her mom. I already told Kitty, Kitality. I'm not used to calling her Kitty. That just sounds weird to me. Granted, she is young enough to be my daughter if I had kids. How fucked up is that? I didn't think about that until she started talking about hooking me up with her mom. Most women are most women your age around. Okay, Mid. That doesn't say a lot because I told Vivi, I dated a woman who was in her mid 30s and was a grandma because she had her kid at 15 and then her kid had a kid at 15. Runs in the family, I know. Mid is granted. Well, then he loves Vivi's model. I'm not from. Oh, you said these mountains. Okay, Mid, you live where the banjo plays. Squeal, boy. You've yet to bag a granny. Wait a few years. You know, when I hit my 30s, we were having talks with other guys around our age. Like, dude, you're not getting no virgin in your 30s. You're getting someone who already has a kid. Stop being like, I don't want no woman that don't have that. I don't want a woman that already has a kid. They all have kids at that age, at least back then. Some women these days ain't having kids. That's fine, whatever. But they have that age. Look, we start talking about bagging grannies, and Mel says, I gotta go. Mel, thank you for stopping by. You already knew that once Mid got involved, it was going to be a degenerate conversation. Yes, Mid, it is inevitable. You're part of a conversation, it goes degenerate. Okay, let me try to get to a good point, save wise. Oh yeah, you don't say nothing then. Grannies need love too. Mid the granny lover. We're gonna just I'm gonna screenshot that, and we're just gonna I'm gonna let Vivi know. I'm gonna tell Digi to put it in the quotes. Mid Valley 8, the granny gooning lover. You and Jesse would have so much in common. Hags are in demand because of fellas like Mid and Jesse. Excuse me. Meanwhile, hags are the norm for my age. Actually, hags are younger. I've only met one hag, or not met. I have found one VTuber who calls herself a hag that's actually older than my younger sister. None of the other ones have been older than my younger sister. My emoto. Shame and self-respect. That's questionable, Mid. If we put that up to a poll in Vivi's chat, if you're lucky, you'll get a 50-50 split. I don't think you have enough shame or self-respect. Respectfully speaking, of course. You'll do whatever and claim you were drunk even if you were drinking water. Alright. So now we're at this point. What I want to try to do let's see if we can go through this. Are they still going to make me do 25 seconds? Yes, they will. Alright, I already fucked this up. Oh, come on! Oh my goodness. That was horrible. Oh my god! That was a horrible run. There's still 2 treasure chests here I want. And then there's stuff elsewhere I want to get. Okay, we got the second item. Cool. Okay, we got 2 of the 3 items. Let's see if we can get the third item. Oh god, I fucked all that up at the end. That's where I need to go. I need to go south of where the damn... Okay. No, fucked all that up. Jesus. I wish they'd let me use the analog stick for that, but this game was before analog sticks, so. What happens if I just drive this way? Oh. That, I screwed up. I let the ship overheat. And what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, that was totally horrible, horrendous. No, see, I done screwed all of that up. And then I do that. Like, I know what way to go, but I'm just shit at the controls. Oh my god, can I? Thank you. No. Just let the timer run out. Fuck it. Why does it get stuck there? Oh my goodness. It's like oversteering. And then it hits a rock it shouldn't have hit. Like, oh my god. Well, that didn't work. Whatever the hell I was trying there did not work. Oh, don't get stuck on that! Oh my god, that... Okay, we're gonna try one more time, then we're gonna set it for where we're gonna do our next bit. Alright, let's try. Whoa, hold on! Silent Night, hey, thanks for the follow. I'm sorry, I was caught in this. Thank you so much for... Oh, jeez, now I just screwed up. Appreciate the follow. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Feel free to drop me a sub on YouTube as well. Could check out the Twitter. God dang it! Okay. Okay, we're gonna try one more time. I did get distracted there. Not like it's confused, but I'm pretty sure I know where the last chest is. I just can't navigate fast enough. I'm sure it's past where the legendary mariner is. I already got the one to the right. I got the one above. That's the only other place. Unless they did me bogus and it's right behind where I'm at. See, I keep doing stupid shit like don't just see. I do that, and it's just all foobar from there. All right, let's start over. Now that I said that, I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna turn around and go backwards. Yeah, it is past the guy. Okay, that's what I thought. I've seen it. I just skill issue. Yeah, see, it's gonna send me back. So. I've been to the area. But see it like see how I overturn? And then I do shit like that. Yes, it's down here. See, I know where it is. I just can't get there fast enough. Where's my drink? Uno más. Yes, Silent, I know it's possible. And I admit it is a skill issue. It's with older games that kids now call retro, it's a practice and repeat until you get the pattern down. It is a reflex test. It's a memorization test. I'm old, so I'm not as good at that anymore. I can get it. I know I can get it. I probably just don't have the patience right now. I thank you for your confidence, Silent Night. I would like to get it tonight, but I do have to get ready for work. I have to be up for work in 7 hours. And I'm not going to sleep as soon as I turn off the stream, so... It's one of those things... Ah, stop, CT! I do shit like that. And then I fuck up, see. With games like this, in a mini game like this, there's bronze level where you can fuck up a few times and get the prize. There's silver level where you can fuck up like once or twice and get the prize. There's gold where you can fuck up like once and get the gold prize. And then there's the SSS platinum tier. You can't fuck up at all to get the prize. That's how games like this work. Or mini games, I should say. I was doing it, and then I wasn't. And it's done. For the well, I already got two of the look, man, I got two of the treasure chests already. I'm now just trying for the hardest one. I said one more, but okay. This is the last one, and then like I said, we're gonna set up for the other stuff I do before the black ship for next stream. I overheated. Oh, see, the overheating wouldn't be so bad. It's getting stuck on shit like that. Alright, we're going to go set up near Windia, because that's where the next little quest thing is going to be. I said it before, this reminds me of when playing Skate or Die for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You had normal foot and goofy foot. And I used to be great at goofy foot. And it has been 30 years since I played the game, so I'm not so good at it anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back to where another mini game is and save there. So that's where we'll pick up for the next stream. So yes, that means we will be ending stream soon. I hope everyone sticks around for the raid. We will be raiding as soon as I get set up. See, like, controls here are much better. But when I'm on that ship and it has that goofy foot shit, Alright, we are here outside of Windia. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, whatever. You guys are going to say some bullshit, so. Rest and save. And like I said, after we save, we will be raiding out. We're going to look for someone to raid to. At this point, I do want to say again, I thank everyone for being here, hanging on out, chilling, chatting, lurking. I hope y'all, if you're on YouTube, come and drop me a follow on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, please drop me a sub over on YouTube. Also, don't forget to follow over on the Twitter, where we do have a poll going for next week. The poll's been janky the past couple of weeks because my PS2 died, but hopefully, now that I got a new power supply board, I will get the PS2 fixed this week and we'll get back to the rotation. Anything else? If I remember, I'll post a new picture of food and wings and such on the Instagram. Yeah, there's the YouTube link for the folks over on the Twitch side. Alright, save is complete. Alright. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for being here, hanging on out, chilling, chatting, lurking. Give me a second to find someone to raid out to over here on the Twitch side. You know what? We're gonna go and hit up. Oh no! Oh! I know who we gonna send y'all to. The lovely Miss Lyric, our Pacific Coast time zone friend. Let's see here. Show her some love. Be nice to her. Mid, I'm talking to you. Again, I thank everyone for being here. Until next time, y'all be good, be safe, stay warm or cool, depending on where you're at. Most of all, stay awesome. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope to see y'all here next stream. And until that next stream, peace out.